start?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start then.
Okay, so basically we put the two main buildings, which is the corner and the Bar Chapel. So they're actually functionally very different. So we try to read the stories behind the building and feel how the inhabitants has built that. So we go through 5 main steps: the reasons of existence, location, social settings, mechanisms and forces, and lastly the materials.
Oops.
So starting here with this building, it's a mill basically, and it was basically erected in 1952. And the reason behind that was economical, because the government banned the local farmers from doing the grinding in their own houses. So they had this building, all the farmers have to gather everything and go to this place. It has been running for 150 years, and it's still running until this time in September. So basically, as we can see here, there are 2 buildings. This is the Klin. This is where this is the main entrance up here. In this building, the seeds are put here to dry, and you can go down where the fire is and the Klin, so it heats the room. From here, you would go inside, and you will see some machines on the upper floor, and the lower floor is the storage. And the floor is really low because all the floors are connected together, so it's easier
There's a
when
vertical
someone is.
connection in between the different functions of the mills. So they had to be low because they cooled it using their own strings.
Manually,
Yeah, manually. So it had to be lower, so that it would be easier in doing.
Because sometimes it was actually functioned by 3 people, or sometimes by just 1 people for the whole room. So Mohammed would now tell you how we felt when we stepped inside.
I will talk about the other side or the other perspective from the first impression of the building. The first impression of the building is when we start the building. It is dark and dank and radical. And we don't know the function of the building if you don't see the machines inside it. And it gives the impression of raw function space. And you can so the machines will be good.
The impression was not that friendly. When we went into it, we just sensed that there's an edge, something edgy or edge experience, because it's more of a functional.
you took some measurements inside as
somehow
well, so
industrial.
low levels of
Yes.
light as well.
Yes.
And it haven't in my perspective it hasn't not good design for the function of the product of the building.
I'm going to talk about the location. First stone wall, only 3 points. First point, it is on the coastline. Second point, near shore. Finally, it was located on the sloped side next to a stream.
For the first building, there were no windows on the west side as the winds in summer prevails from the west, and the cooler storage rooms that had openings to the west. And also the lighting inside the building is, when we measured the light inside the building, it measured in 0 lux, which is very dark. And as my colleague said, the building is located in a sloped area. So the slope helped in running the water mill. And regarding the social forces, it was a solid building that reflected the social setting back then, and it also prevent the noises of the machinery to get outside the building. And there was a vertical connection between the machinery and the functions that used to allow ceiling height.
How do you think it reflected the social aspect at that time?
As it was forbidden for the
Farmers.
farmers, yeah. So there was when the guide explained to us, there was this sense that they needed to be. There was one woman working in
At
the
that
mill,
time.
and the need of security, a sense of security against all because they were not pleased with such legislation. So this building, the solidness reflected the sense of the security that was needed, and not only that, technically talking, the storage and all the, because we have all the machines are made of timber and wood, and also the oats and the wheat and the barley, they such stuff and such packaging did not need any light going in, so that made it even more solid because the void was of a less proportion comparing it with the solids of the building. So it had a technical sense and more of an expression of what was going on as a social sector. And about the materials, we wanted to analyze the connection between the materials and the social settings that was going on. The materials, it was all basically out of timber. The exterior was stones, the exterior walls were of stones, and they were really thick. The roof had thinner layers of timber, and the structure was made of the structure of the slabs. It was made of a beam grid structure, and the choice of the inner stones gave it more of a dull and dark impressions. And the layout, it was also complicated as we said, it had a vertical connection, and it had so many rooms here and there for different functions. Yeah, so that's it.
Move on to the
And to the second case.
Yeah.
So the second case is a different story because it's a chapel. So it was erected in 1777. The main reason, it was actually for a group of people called the Unitarians. They believed in one God, but they have an open-minded approach to their to how they approach their religion. So the Christians didn't really like them. So this scenario of banning and open-minded created a special space of open and private and public spaces that you can actually, it's much easier to read than the previous one. So I'll leave you with Mohammed to tell me about it.
From the other perspective, you can see have more privacy. I think because of the other people or the other community don't believe in these people, and it was hidden by a fence of trees, and it had a narrow entrance. It's approximately about 180 centimeters. It has another entrance shout fence. And the windows, it has two entrances and the two windows. They are in the same line, about 180 centimeters. And they have a bigger one. It has a taller one window where the speaker stood inside. And I think it's a landmark of the. On the other side, they have a backyard. In the backyard,
They had just one.
and have a big garden, but it's surrounded by old trees of big trees. But, okay.
How much?
anything about the material?
Yes. The location.
About location on the point, it's not a more private location.
Yeah, in the.
And regarding the second building, it has the entrance facade. It has more glazing points, which has more openings that leads to get more lights inside the building. And after the completion, it was a very lux. And regarding the social aspect, there is a contrast opening experience. And there is a threshold that you have, there is a sudden change between the outdoor and the indoor. And as Muhammad said, that there is a narrow entrance, and you experience like a large area, and then a large backyard at the back.
When you enter, as the narrow entrance with the trees, you sense that you're going into something that is maybe narrow or that is going to suffocate you in one reason or another.
And there is no connection between the outside and the inside, so it gives you like a very narrow feeling from the outside, and once you go inside, you feel it's opened, it's an open plan, and there is a connection between the
Yes.
the interior and inside.
Once you get in, just at what?
Do you think that has anything to do with religion?
Yes, I will
Yeah.
tell you. Once you get inside, you have this sudden change, really, in the sense of space. When you get inside, as the plan shows, it is double volume with very high ceiling, so that really gives you this sense of openness, on contrast to what was found before with the trees and the narrow space. And what it has to do with the religion is that these people, this group of people, were hated by the Christian community around. That's why they had to somehow more private and more hidden, because they felt attacked. But as any person would want, what's inside is to practice their own rights of practicing whatever they believe in. So that's how they reflected what's inside. It's open, and another thing, I don't know if it's related, but that's what we analyzed. They were actually Christians, but they had just more open-minded ideas. So the focal points, as we studied in the architecture, the focus points of aisles in old churches were always in the end point. But on contrary, these people made the focal point here. So in a sense, it's Christian. You have the aisle, you have the proportion of the width, and but the focal point was transferred from the end of the narrow aisle to the left. And about the materials, there is no such big difference between the two materials that were used in the two cases. Here, though, maybe because it's of an older age, the wood beams were made of raw tree trunks. There is a huge tree trunk, and the colors were of the opposite. Here we found light colors, baby blue and white. So in a way, they wanted to reflect maybe the coolness and the openness of the whole space. We want to end this presentation by presenting the two analyzed negatives and positives that we found in between these two. The negatives that we find here is in between these two cases is the identity, as we're talking from a social aspect. The identity here was not that clear. I mean, if we didn't see all the machinery that was inside, we wouldn't have known that it's a mill. We would have said maybe it's industrial, primary industrial. On the contrary, in the sample, there was a very big sense of identity. The windows, as we speak, they had this symmetry relation with the middle window in a weird position. It was not very low and not very high. It was in the middle with symmetry openings, and then two doors at the same facade. So that gave it a public. That gave it a more public sense because it has two doors. And this was a positive for this one. And the heights in the mill were of a good proportion. That's a positive for the mill, because as we said earlier, that the heights were of a good proportion to help them with all the manual.
Okay.
That's great. That's
very
great.
much.
Really, you were all really good, and you looked at it very critically and thoroughly. It was really good. So
all round, really good effort.
thank you very much, all of you. So now we need to collect our things as fast as we can and run to the bus. Okay, and the park is closing already. Yeah. Quite great.
تركيا هبه